What's up, everyone? My name is Preeti Kansal, and you are listening to the Hidden Doors podcast. Upcoming is my conversation with Preeti Kansal. She's a life coach based in Australia, and we talk about some of the things that she teaches, the principles, the teachings and principles for her clients. So I hope you enjoy the conversation. If you do, don't forget, give me a thumbs up on this video, subscribe to my channel. If you haven't done so already, hit the notification bell so you can stay up to date on more videos and more podcasts like this. I hope you enjoy. You hear me? You see me?
Yes, I can see.
Got it. Okay. So how do I pronounce your name now? It's Preeti? It's Preeti?
Uh, Pretty Woman?
Yes.
That's what
So
my
it's
name is. Pretty.
Pretty. Got it.
Yeah.
That is an awesome name.
Thank you.
So thank you for coming on here. I appreciate that.
I appreciate you for having me on your podcast.
Yeah. It'll be a fun time. So
Yes.
so tell us what you do. I think you're a life coach, right?
Yeah. Chris, I am a life coach and I work with people. I partner with people who want to ignite their careers and they want to achieve success and have a fulfilling career. That's pretty much I do because I want to my way of thinking is I partner because coaching is one, it's both ways, it's not one way. So in that context I partner with my clients. And also I'm also a social worker also, and I work in the disability sector at this point. So I blend both social work and coaching.
Got it. Okay. What got you into life coaching? Like how long have you been doing life coaching for?
I started life coaching since 1 year last year in September.
Got it. So deep in the pandemic, you started life coaching.
Yes, yeah, because my going to coaching was that I didn't had good experience as I was working as a child protection worker, and I didn't had good experience while I was working, and that's how I got into life coaching. And I said, why can't I go and help other people to coming especially from different culture background, where I live in Australia, and we do have multirism, but then there's still that thing is there for the multicultural background people. So I thought that life coaching is one thing, and with social work I'll blend and I can help more people and expand more to other and support other people. So that's why I got into coaching.
Got it. Awesome. So you've been doing it for a year now, right? Have you
Yeah.
how do you get into life coaching? Did you have to like get a certification or something?
Basically, in Melbourne, we have a coaching institute. I'm doing a 3 year course study there, and already completed 1 year, and I've done different courses around life coaching, and I'm continuing my studies. And of course, I'm working on my professional development, like I'm reading books and implement and listen and all those things I'm doing.
You gotta read those books, right?
Yeah,
What
I'm
books are
reading
you
a lot of
reading?
books. At this point,
Yeah,
I'm
because
reading
part
Atomic.
of me honestly thinks. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, please go ahead. Yeah, then I will say.
No, I was just gonna say part of me like thinks that there are so many books out there that you can probably read up on the subject and be knowledgeable yourself, as opposed to having to the need to go to a school. I'm sure that the schools are important for this stuff, but there's a lot of information out there, like in books that people have read, that uh, whether that translates to you being a full coach or not, either way,
Mhm.
the information in some of these books that are written, if you don't want to be a life coach, at least you can improve your own life. That's what I've tried to do, and I think
Yeah.
others should do the same. But your what are some of the books that you're reading to complement the schooling that you're doing?
Yeah. So at this point, I'm reading Atomic Habits, and
Oh, I just read that.
because
I
it's
just
a
read Atomic
it's,
Habits.
it's an amazing book, and I'm
Yeah.
reading it second time. I'm reading it second time. So
God,
reading that
do
book.
you read books a lot twice?
No, some books I really like because I want to go through again, you know. And I'm reading one more other book, Mindset, and also the Prosperous Coach. It's about this coaching, how your coaching has to be powerful, coming from that lens of being a powerful when you talk to your clients, become a transformation when they talk to you. So these three books at this point I'm reading, and there's another side I'm reading. It's related to social work, like a Resilience project. It's one of the project which is going on at this point. It's quite open in the schools. I'm just reading about it. How's that project? So four books at this point I'm reading.
4 books. How fast do you get that done in? I tried to get like
uh,
3 books on average a month, but sometimes it's hard. Sometimes the books are so long that it's like 1 or 2 a month. You're gonna read all that in what time period?
in 1 month, in 1 month.
1 month. All right. Speed
Yeah,
reader. You're a
yeah.
very fast reader.
Not
Nice.
exactly, but I try to read because they books are big. Books is one of the things which keeps us going, and because, as you said, rightly said, Chris, we need to work on ourselves, and these books let us work on ourselves and think from those lens of reflection, and because fast implementation on us, and then if we implement it, we can ask others to implement. So, in
Yeah.
that context, I would say that this books is just helping me to implement on me, and then I can ask others. So that's what I take, which is what I love about coaching. The only thing which I love about coaching is that first implement on myself and then ask someone else. So which is so good that uh, is giving me that. Because in social work, Chris, I don't know whether you know about it or not, we just help people, we just help them, support them, like link with the services and all that, whereas in coaching we actually do the work. So that's what the difference is.
Do you ever try to mix that? Like, let's say you're in social work and you see someone who could really use some advice on picking up better habits. Would you ever say like, "Hey, here's this book I read that's pretty good. You can read it. It's called Atomic Habits," and you give them a copy or something? Is that like that's just like total? That's I know that's not the responsibility, but does someone ever go above and beyond and try to give them more advice outside of what is even required with social work? Or there's just so many
Yeah.
people that you need to help that it's impossible.
Yeah, but then one example I will share with you. What coaching has taught me, one thing which I have also been sharing with one of my like clients, like in the day job, like I was big in meditation, right? And I used to do breathing, and I have to have a meditation room. I have an opportunity here, so what I've started doing by coaching has gave me that lens, that because coaching says that you should impart knowledge with others. So because of my knowing my meditation, what I started doing with my day job clients, I started teaching them meditation. And
You
some
did.
of the cons,
Nice.
yes, I did. And then some of the concepts of coaching, like the brain, like how mindset works and all that, I have done, but not that deep, like what you, like Chris, you just highlighted that. I won't be able to suggest my day job clients to read Atomic Habits. I'm very honest and upfront in that no, I won't be able to, because they'll just say, sorry, then they're not going to come back to me because I'm recommending books to read.
Yeah, 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 yeah. So what is your meditation process? I'll tell you mine. So I uh I don't know. I think when people think about meditation, they think they're gonna be like in this like trance state of like a dream world. They're meditating and they're like a monk and they're separated from themselves. And I think it's like an unrealistic way to look at meditating. And I started meditating because there was a book that I read. Um, it was supposed to help, let's say, cure my heartburn. I had really bad acid reflux, and there was a breathing exercise where I breathed in and out, and it would help my heartburn. I think it's because it would help strengthen my esophagus, whatever. But then it's also that breathing exercise was really a breathing exercise and meditating at the same time. So I would feel more relaxed. I'm also helping my heartburn. I'm closing my eyes for 10 minutes. I'm breathing in and out. And so it's a combination, I think, of meditating and uh, and cure my heartburn. Also, what I understand is that when you do the deep breathing in like in your lower abdomen, it helps. It helps like recirculate all of your oxygen, and you feel better, and your mind is shut off, and you're focused on breathing. You're not focused on anything else. That is how I got into it. I don't know if you have any. How do you teach people to meditate? Because I feel like some people are just like I don't even know how to do it, or I don't see the purpose of it. How do you go about that? And what is your meditation style?
Yeah. Is it okay if I share one analogy with you? Is it okay with you? I share one
Yeah, share
analogy
whatever you
before I
want.
talk about. All right, okay. So I
Share whatever
talk
you
about
want.
your mind. See, we have a mind, this mind, and this mind is always, all the time working, all the time thinking, right? And I give one analogy because we need to stop this. We need to, because in our mind we have four kinds of thoughts, right? One is negative, second is positive thoughts, and third is necessary thoughts, and fourth the thoughts which are like have no meaning, like no meaning, like you can say that doesn't have legs to those thoughts. Okay, so I give that analogy, right? If you live in a house, like your own house, right, and you somebody's coming to your house, you'll open that door for that person to come inside your home. uh, Chris, I don't know you, I come at your door, you'll say thank you very much, go off, I
I
don't
would
need
let
you.
you in. I would let you
um,
in.
but, but
I'm kidding.
but
I'm
Chris,
kidding.
now you know me.
Yeah,
But if you
yeah,
didn't knew me, you won't let me,
yeah.
because your house is your safe place, right? So I say to people, your brain is a space safe place. The people you don't want in your brain, why are you asking them to come to your brain, right? I explain this analogy first to people because this we need to control this mind, the thoughts, right? And kind of these thoughts. And we all know what are negative thoughts, like we're thinking about past, we're thinking about future, right? Positive thoughts gives us some excitement when we think about goals or we think what is next step, right? And unnecessary thoughts is like no meaning, no value, nothing. They're like just standing without legs, without arms, and these thoughts are coming. And then some thoughts are like your routine thoughts, like I have to go school, pick up school, children pick up from the school, or I have to do cooking. These are the thoughts which will like make you work, kind of these thoughts will come, right? You manage those thoughts, right? And they're not going to affect your daily life. But the problem is the unnecessary thoughts which have no legs, no meanings, and we all know which are the thoughts and negative thoughts. So we need to cut down on all of those things. And so to cut down, I give this analogy to people, right? First of all, when the people start doing meditation, yes, my meditation also starts with three deep breathing, like breathe in and out, because I believe when you do breathe in and out, you just relax your muscles, because this is the only way. And sometimes you make sounds that also helps, you know to relieve the pressure from you. And then I try to say to people, on your forehead here, it's a tiny little kind of a star that is just like bright, bright. And when you see that it's bright, like it's all visualization, meditation is all visualization. And when you see that the star, and that star is like sparkling, and that is like sparkling, and that light star is just radiant to your whole body, like whole body means to your brain, eyes, all those. And when you do it, you feel relaxed in that context. And then when you generate that, you can give that light to others, like your friends, your relatives, to the world. because you have generated and you're able to contribute to others. I this is the way I do it, but there are other layers to it also. This is a simple
Got
way
it.
I
That's
would say so.
yeah. I like that. The light. I didn't ever thought about it that way. You're envisioning the light on your head and it's radiating. So, and what you're saying is that in order for you to give the right energy to your friends, your family, your community, you have to have the right energy yourself. If you're all stressed and angry and all this stuff, you're radiating that energy out to your friends and family and everyone else. Like if you're really stressed and you go out into a room and you everyone feels that stress and like everyone else gets a little stressed, but you're saying it's like you got to be one with yourself and then it'll radiate to everybody else. Yeah, I like. I'll try this. I'll try that little star trick. I'll see how that works
Yeah.
for me.
Yeah, yeah. It will work very good
um,
for you if you, because it's meditation is all visualization, and
yeah.
when you start doing it, it will help you a lot. Because meditation is basically contributing to others' life, and this is the only way you can contribute to others' life.
Yeah. So what else? What else is the life? What else? Because I know you're doing life coaching. I want to hit on that a little bit. What else are you doing within life coaching? I know there's probably a lot of aspects that you go through, but what are the key aspects that you walk clients through?
Yeah, so I do a lot of work around goal settings. I also do a lot of I also give meditation after every session, 15 minutes I do meditation with them live. And then I do a lot of idle average die. I talk about that. And also I provide some
What was that
tools
last part?
and idle average day, yet how your day looks like, and then define that. Like kind of it's
Got
a
it.
tool, and I give a lot of tools and techniques to help people to navigate whatever stresses or in their career path progression, what are the barriers are coming. I try to remove that barrier so that give them some sense of directions, because most of us know that we do goal settings in the brain but we don't write it down. So I help my clients to write all of those things and map it out, like how you want to, how do you see yourself in next 3 months or maybe 6 months or 12 months or 5 year goals. So this is a major part which I work. And also along with that, I also work on the mindset, because we need to have a growth mindset. We can't have a limited mindset. So that techniques you and also I use some of the coaching models which I'm learning from my coaching institute, and even other coaching models I do go through. And of course it is a client that has to bring the problem, and then you work accordingly with that problem. So that's how I do pretty much. And I also do a lot of webinars. And also I am because I'm from India. In India, I'm working with two colleges at this point. I'm doing fortnightly some webinars to the students. So I do a lot of work around that in India, because it's my contribution back to some of the uh, students in India.
So you're doing fortnightly life coaching with students? Is that what you said?
Yeah, with students. Yeah, yeah. I'm doing webinars
Got
with
it.
them. Yeah, yeah. I do
That's
that.
cool. So
It's
you
just it's
live in Australia.
yeah.
Go ahead. Hey, we have like a 30. We have like a half of a second lag, which is why we keep talking about the other one. Go
Yeah, I
ahead.
don't
What
know
were you gonna
what
say?
happened. Yeah. I was saying that it's just a way of contributing to back home in India, because I live in Australia, and it's just my way of contributing in somebody's life, because I am fortunate enough to get this education, and if I can impart whatever I'm learning back to these people who might not have access to all those facilities, so in that way, I'm in a context, I'm just giving something back to the community.
Yeah, that's very nice. You don't get paid for it. You're just doing it to be
No,
give back to the
no, I
community.
just, yeah, yeah, it's just helping other people.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
that's nice. So
yeah,
how do you
I
get
enjoy
someone
doing
from
that.
a limited mindset to a growth mindset?
So limited mindsets, when people have limited mindset, it's just because they're very rigid, because they they just draw a line, right? And they don't want to par with that. But when you show them there's beyond what they're thinking, then they come to that they can have a growth mindset. So it's just mapping out with them. what made that
Are,
conclusion. And yeah.
are there steps though? Like, let's say you have a limited mindset. I would assume you're fearful of failing. You maybe don't write goals down. I don't know. I don't know what kind of person you are, but if you have a limited mindset, are there steps to get you out of it? Like maybe it's first like writing down goals or something and then just going after one that's easy even though you're afraid to do it or you're procrastinating or whatever. And then once you get one down, you feel a little better. Then you go for the next one, and then it gets harder and harder and harder. But maybe you start off easier for someone who has a limited mindset. I've heard other things. I've heard people say, "No, don't start off easy. Go hard, and as soon as you start this, just go after the big goal." I don't know what the I don't know what the right answer is. I'm curious what you do when you're trying to get someone who is afraid of taking the first step, who procrastinates, and who wants to get out of this limited mindset into a mindset where they say, hey, I'm going to go after it and I don't care if I fail. I'm going to learn. I'm going to improve. I'm going to progress. How do you get someone? How do you get someone there? Because, like, for me, it wasn't until you ever read Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon
Yes.
Hill?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
the book that got me out of the limited mindset into the growth mindset. Uh,
Yeah.
People may have tried to tell me things and I just wasn't listening. It wasn't until I was ready, maybe I was ready to hear the words spoken in that book. But once I read that book, it was like a shift. It was like whew, a complete shift on how I think about things. But how do you get someone? How? Yeah, I don't know how. What are your techniques for getting people out of that?
Okay. So my technique is, because first I want to acknowledge them, right? Because they have taken a big step by coming and approaching me and have a conversation with me. Right. First step is that, right? The second step is that why you think that coach can help you with that? The answer is coming from them, right? And why do you think that you want to have that growth mindset, right? They'll tell if and but and all that they say about all their stories, right? Acknowledge their stories, right? Because that's what they have learned and that's what they have grown up around their surroundings. We are the ones who have to give them that surroundings of growth mindset. So my way of doing it that way, I create
Got
that
it.
environment for them, from them, for them to have the growth mindset.
Got it.
I trust
Yeah.
I have answered your question,
Yeah. Yeah. No. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah,
It's
yeah. So it's my
it's
way,
just
it's
interesting
basically
because
my way.
there's just different ways of
Because you
going
have,
about it.
yeah, because you have to create an environment for that person, because he has to trust you, he has to believe you, because he's on a journey. I'm also on a journey with him, with that embodied person. And if you share with that and then help each other in, and you have to be very fair with that person. You help me, I help you to grow out, kind of those things. So I do have that kind of conversations with them, and visualization.
Um. Yeah. Is there any like I'm curious because I've just read this book by David Goggins. I don't know if you've read it. It's called Can't Hurt Me. It's like one of the top selling books on Amazon, and he has just completed probably like the toughest physical competitions or challenges you could ever finish. Like Navy SEAL Hell Week, like multiple times. He's run he's ran like 100 miles without any training, and like his foot was basically all cut up and broken, and still finished the race. Like he has just done things that initially seemed impossible, and then mentally worked through it. Is that something that could help people too? Like, let's say someone's just like down and they don't think they can like accomplish anything. It's like, okay, next weekend I want you to run 5 miles, and initially they might be like, oh, I can't do that. But if they complete it and they accomplish it, they start breaking this because there's like a wall, there's a barrier here, right? It's like this is the I can't accomplish it barrier, and then you say, there's no way I haven't. I If you tell me right now, I don't know if I can run 5 miles next weekend. Maybe I'll
Yes.
try it, but in my head I'm like, I don't really know. I probably can't. but I think I could if I really tried. But for someone who's like, no, there's no way, and then they do it, they break through this barrier. And more times you do it, more and more often you might break through this whole limited mindset and say, yeah, I can do these things. It's just going to take a lot of effort and mental strength. It's going to suck. It's going to hurt. It's going to be painful, but I can do it if I want to. I wonder if there's any physical aspects you can have someone do. I just started thinking about this just because I read this book. I
Mhm.
just finished it the other day, but it started making me think more and more about go try to do something physical that you haven't done in a while, or maybe it's like a book. You don't think you can
Mm,
read a book in one day? Go try it.
mm.
I just feel like if you get more of those down and you complete more of those, you might get out of that limited mindset as well. I don't know. I don't tell people to do this. I just started thinking about this like a few days ago because I've just read this book. I don't know if you have any thoughts on that.
I totally agree with you because small steps make a difference. And that's what you're trying to say, that small steps, right? Get up and do something, right? Even if
Yeah.
they do a little inch also, and they tell me that they have done this, I will acknowledge them, because how many, to be honest with you, Chris, on few days ago I did a reflection on that. And in that reflection, I had written, if you give me that opportunity to read, I've just written two lines in that reflection. Might you like or might you don't like, but then I just want to say to you that I put a post where I've done a reflection, is that uh, I also give compliments to my clients, that might be only compliment that my clients get for the entire week or have ever heard.
Let me make sure I heard that. You give compliments to your clients that haven't heard a compliment like that before. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, yeah, they have might have not only, they might be the only compliment that my client gets the entire week or have ever
Oh,
heard.
got it. Got it. Yeah,
So
it's
so I
good for
would
your
I
self
would go,
esteem.
yeah, and I would go with this one. That's why I wrote read that line for you. That I would go with this one. That's why I'm with
It's
you for
funny
that.
how one small compliment could raise someone's day, you know?
Yeah, somebody's days. Yes, yes. And how many of us had heard? Because all the time we are making judgments. We are assuming people. I say to people when people judge or they assume, who has given them authority? Nobody has given us that authority to judge people or assume. Nobody. How can you judge someone? How can you assume someone? No, you have no right. You don't know that person very well. So half the time we
Yeah.
are making judgments. So I come from that lens. I do wear that lens. No judgment, no assumption. Want to know the story? Tell me more. Maybe that
Yeah.
why,
I have a
that
bit of an
makes a difference.
abrasive I have a bit of an abrasive way to go about it, and I just say I can give an F what anyone thinks. I won't say the curse word, but you know it. I don't give an
Yeah,
F
yeah,
what you think.
yeah, yeah,
Maybe not the
yeah.
nicest way to go about it, but I don't care.
Yeah, it's okay. It's all right. Chris, I agree because I respect you for that. I value you for that, for
Yeah.
your views, right?
I'm never
Because we all have.
disrespectful to anyone though. It's not about
No, no,
disrespecting anyone.
Chris.
It's just about not letting someone else's thoughts stop
Yeah,
you
that's
from
fine.
doing what you want to
Yes,
do.
correct. Agreed with you, Chris. I am 500% with you for that.
I love it.
But, Chris, how many of us want to do something, but in the way down, people make judgments.
Yeah, all the time. It's that's sometimes
With
it's not
your
even
own
people
people,
who
own
yeah,
people make judgments. Those who know your plan, they pull you down. They pull you down. I saw one picture. They were all pulling. One people standing and people were pulling. I said, this has happened with me.
I don't think the people who are closest to you sometimes do, but they don't mean it in a harmful way. They just I don't know why they do it, but if you were like, "Hey, I'm going to go work on this project," someone might be like, "Are you sure you want to do that? That's hard." And A weak person might say, you know what, that is hard, and I'm not going to do it. Someone else might say, yeah, I know it's hard. I'm prepared for that, and I'm going to do it. I don't care.
Yeah.
But
So that's the
sometimes
that's
someone's,
again. Yeah,
yeah, go ahead.
yeah. No, go ahead, Chris. First, you.
No, you were going to say, I think that's what you were going to say. Is that the growth mindset or the limited
Yeah,
mindset?
that's what I was. That's what I'm talking
Yeah.
about. This is because this is a growth mindset. It's a good analogy and a good understanding of it.
Yeah. Sometimes, what some people use, when someone says, that might be hard or you can't do it. Um, can you hear me, by the way?
Yeah, yeah. I can hear you, Chris.
Some people's strategy, right, is to use that energy as like to make them actually go accomplish it. Like you'll never be able to get that done. That's almost sometimes a little bit of energy. The negative energy almost feeds you. It's almost like you can accomplish things because of the negative energy. Some people even feed off of it. I don't know.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's not great, but some people can feed off of it.
yeah, yeah. You have examples for that also.
Say that again.
I said we have examples for that also.
Yeah,
People have got negative views and they have just gone up the ladder.
yeah. So, as part of your coaching, do
Mhm.
you talk about I really got into stretching lately, and I feel so like I feel much better. Um, I don't know exactly why. I'm also exercising, so I don't know exactly why this is, but I feel more relaxed. I'm also so I'm stretching, I'm exercising, and I'm breathing. So that could be a combination of the three things, but I do feel more relaxed. And what I understand is the more flexible you are, it's not just a matter of like you're able to move around. I get that, but like my understanding is that the blood flow is much easier now to move to your muscles because when you're all stiff, the blood is like can't move through. When you're flexible, the blood is easier to move through. So your oxygen levels are probably better, and I would assume that helps with stress. I also like to eat. I also like to eat very healthy because I think putting bad stuff into your body, just whether it causes long term illnesses or whether you don't have the right energy levels, it probably isn't good for you. And then exercising. Is that at all incorporated into life coaching, or are you thinking about doing that in the future? Like stretching,
Uh,
exercising, eating healthy? Because I feel like that's one component of your health that feeds your goals. Like, I want to go accomplish this. That's cool, but do you have the right energy to do that? Are you healthy? Are you mentally clear? Like, or are you like killing yourself slowly with all the crap that you're putting in your body? And I don't think you can accomplish anything with a unhealthy body. So I always like to talk about that. I don't know if that's something that is within life coaches, whether you guys talk about it or not, but is that something you're considering?
I do. I when I share about my daily routine or my habits. To be honest with you, Chris, I don't take onion and garlic in my food because of my spiritual journey. I cook all my meals by myself. I don't eat outside food, and whatever I cook, I eat that. I don't rely on outside food, to be completely honest with you, since in living in Australia. And I do tell my example to people. I cook all my meals, and morning before I start my work, I cook. I spend about 2 hours on my cooking, so that whole day I have a food. I have like food to eat, so I would make fresh meals for myself. And I do share this story with my clients. I also share that 1 hour walk I do, and I'm very regular with my meditation. So I do share with my own experience that this is what I've been doing in my entire life. And um, and then I do share, and some people want to pick up those things, some people don't want to pick up, because people are on their own journey, right? And if they ask me more questions, then I have more deep conversations with them. But I do highlight about my food, and I have, to be honest with you, I have also mentioned, when I write about my bio on my website, I have written about that lifestyle also.
Got it. That's one of your like principles or
Yeah,
values on the website.
yeah, website. I got the vegan lifestyle because I live that vegan lifestyle. So I do talk about that,
Got it.
to my clients. Yeah, because that's also because then I'm doing Chris holistic approach to my clients.
Yeah, you need a holistic approach, right? It's like
Yeah, yeah,
if someone wants to go be the top position in their career, that's great. But are you able? Like, I think that there's you can't get there unless you do other things, like taking care of
yeah,
yourself.
yeah.
Uh, yeah. Well,
But it's a
so how
good
did
point, Chris, because Chris is very good important point for the life coaches also to highlight or give back to our clients.
yeah? So when did you? How did you learn how to cook?
To be honest, Chris, till the age I didn't move to Australia, I never used to cook food any meals in India because we had servants. But when I came to Australia, when I see outside food is about all onion and garlic and all non-veg because I don't take all of those stuff. And then I was like, geez, what do you call that? Some hammer on the head, and that's how I started doing all cooking. So since 5 years, I've been doing my each and everything I make at home. It's like when
How
you
did
get
you
a
learn
hammer,
it? How'd you learn how to cook?
YouTube, or asking my mom in India, ask and see the YouTube videos and all that. Now I cook it, now I know most of the things. So I do it, now. But which is good
What's
because
your
what I,
What's your
what,
favorite dish?
what Chris, what I found out by cooking or cutting vegetables, it's therapeutic.
Uh,
You heal yourself. What I have observed over the years now, that I've healed myself by cooking, cutting vegetables. I've healed myself inside. And my
that's a
favorite food
nice.
is of Indian food, Indian dal, Indian chapati. I can send
What
it to
is
you
this?
from here.
What's the main spice? What's the main spice in
Um,
Indian food? Is that cumin?
we've got cumin powder is there, coriander powder is there, and garam masala. I
Because
can send
whenever I
something.
eat Indian food,
Mhm.
yeah, send me some of the recipes. Because whenever I eat Indian food, I feel amazing. Like I just
Of
feel
course.
like I'm on heaven or something. I'm like floating in the clouds. It feels beautiful.
Yeah, it is. It is indeed. It's
You
it's a
guys
good
make really
food.
good food.
Yeah, dal, chapati, sabji, all that we make.
Yeah. So on your website, if someone goes to your website, is there like what do they just book a meeting with you, or do you do anything else? Like, do you have a book out? Do you write a blog? Do you have any other types of like information people can
Um,
look at, or to work with you?
yeah.
Do they come right to you?
Okay. So I do have a website. I do have a 30-minute. They can book a 30-minute free session with me, and then from there we can go on, and then I have 3 coaching packages, and then I can guide you with that. And then on my social media, on my Facebook, I have done a lot of live videos, and I still continue doing live videos, and people have access to that. And also every Fridays I do live guided meditation, and every Saturday 5 to 6 p.m. Via Zoom, I do live guided meditation, and anybody can join from any part of the world. And it's all that information is also there on the website.
Got it. What's your website called?
It's called www.enlightenintellect.com, and I can spell out the name if you want. Uh,
No,
e
I think that's fine. And it's an enlightened intellect, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
intellect. I can
Cool.
leave a chat or something. I can leave a message to you.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Awesome. Um, Anything else you want to go through? If you give me that link, I'll put it in the post when I send it out, so this way people can find it.
Yeah, yeah.
But it must be
Um,
late. Like, what is it? It's like 7, 8, 9 o'clock p.m. by you.
it's going to be 11 o'clock in 20 minutes.
Oh, it is late. I
Oh, that's fine.
last night I went to bed at like 7:30. My wife
Oh,
makes fun of me because I go to bed like that's really early because I'm trying to start to wake up at 4:30 now.
oh,
So
okay,
I just get really
okay, that's
tired,
great.
but I went to sleep at 7:30 p.m. last
Oh,
night. Whew,
you won't
that's
imagine,
early.
Chris. It's been 15 years. I sleep by 9:30, get up by 3:30 because I do meditation.
3:30?
Yes,
That's
I
early.
freshen up. I have a meditation room here, and I sit for my meditation.
Well, you got me beat. I don't think I'll ever be able to do 3:30. I think I would. Do you take a nap? Like how do you wake up at 3:30 and go to sleep at 9:30? Like when I wake up at 4:30, I'm dead by 8 o'clock. I have to go to sleep. Do you
Yeah,
take
but
a
then
nap?
that's sometimes in between if I get chance to get a nap, but I'm used to it now, so my body is used to it. So 9:30 I sleep, 3:30 exact. The body alarm clock just wakes you up. The body, you know
Yeah.
what happens with me? Either I go to the toilet at that time, or my bed is shaking. It's
Why is
just like
that?
your body. I don't know. It's like your body is just, it's the need of the body.
Oh, you're saying that your body
Yeah,
just knows it has to be up at this time.
this time, yeah. It just start telling
Yeah.
you, get up, get out of the bed, kind of those signs sends you.
That is early. Wow. Okay. You got me beat. I think you got 99% of the world beat. I don't know who else wakes up at 3:30.
Yeah,
Uh well, you know, are you going to wake up at 3:30 tomorrow?
yeah, of course. That's a routine, right?
So I'm keeping you up. How are you going to do that? You haven't even slept yet. You're going to sleep for like 3
Yeah,
hours.
yeah, that's fine. That's fine, Chris. And I can sleep later on if I get time. If I don't, that's fine.
Yeah. Well, I'm sorry for keeping you up then. I didn't
No,
realize it
it's
would be
no,
11 o'clock.
no, Chris, please. It's a great opportunity to talk with you.
Same here. Great opportunity talking to you. All right. I'll leave it off here. Is there anything else you want to talk about? Otherwise, I'll let you go to sleep.
Okay. Is there anything you want to ask, or are you happy with that? What we had a conversation?
No, yeah, it's beautiful. Yeah, everything's great. I know that's late. It's late for you, and I want you to go to bed.
Okay, no problem. Thank you, Chris. Thank
All
you.
right, it was a
Yes,
pleasure
yes.
talking with
Thanks
you.
for the
Yeah, thank you for the opportunity as well. Appreciate that. Keep doing your thing. Keep helping people. That's great. Enjoy the rest of your day.